Look, what you're doing when you decide to compare yourself with somebody else, and if you pick the wrong person to compare yourself to by phenotype and temperament, genetic advantages, which are rewarded socially and pandemically in any society, that's the height, the personality, the full head of hair, constitutional factors predicated on that. Nobody can advise anybody. You take an Arnold Schwarzenegger, who tells you he's been through failure, he's not afraid to fail, blah, 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 blah. What you don't realize in absorbing that type of feedback and that type of hope coming from that individual, and I'm using him or Tony Robbins, who's 6'6", or Muhammad Ali, who is charisma, or Elvis Presley, Sinatra, charisma with a capital C. They have an incredible genetic advantage, constitutional factors, on your taking advice and hope and courage from what they're saying is nonsense. Because what they're leaving out of the admonishments and the encouragements and the positive pithy sayings that sound good, it's coming from their reality. It's coming from their genetics. If you are like me, a short, ugly man with a big belly, these are the genetics you have to work with, is what I'm trying to say. That doesn't change. And if you compare yourself to your more genetically advantaged adversary and say, when is it my chance? When is it my chance? He's getting all the breaks. Warren Beatty, 6'3", and he's able to command a sexual situation and set it up just to his preference. Paul Newman, and so forth, a movie star. Or like Elliot Rodger, our buddy Elliot Rodger, identifying with the jocks and the taller, more charismatic, more physically endowed individuals, better physically endowed individuals than he is genetically. And when he does that and gets the results of what he's doing, the mistakes he's making by comparing himself to them and thinking life owes him an entitlement of fairness that he should get because he's a human being. All the things that they're getting. In Elliot Rodger's case, the tall blondes with great bodies, and so on and so forth. Why shouldn't Elliot get it? He's a cultured gentleman. His parents are very wealthy, and these jocks are bums riding on a skateboard with a t-shirt. They're scruffy, and so on and so forth. And here he is, a beautifully coiffured, manicured gentleman with a BMW and very well-to-do parents. And the physically, sexually appealing young women on the campus, Santa Barbara campus, are preferring your miserable, obnoxious brute jock. And Elliot's right. And he's good. It isn't fair. Of course it's fair. The mistake you're making is comparing yourself, and you are losing by the comparison. The result you're getting is a consequence of that. The hope, the bullshit hope you're giving yourself is a consequence of that phony encouragement by comparison. And a phony entitlement, a bullshit entitlement that doesn't exist. And then a false notion of fairness. It doesn't have to be fair. Now, I can't blame Elliot. That's the world around us. It's a world where we see movie stars, Madison Avenue celebrities, and they're giving advice. But the one thing they're leaving out of that advice, and they have to leave out of that advice, because if they put it in there, they wouldn't make money. It's all about making money. It comes down to the almighty buck. And that is individual specifics. An individual has to act in the now with the cards you've been dealt, and with the results the cards you've been dealt with allow you. And you have to learn from your failures and go back to the drawing board, get into trading, martial arts that are correct for your phenotype and your temperament. Drive iron, lift those weights to build the strongest, most powerful body you can possibly build. In other words, what I'm saying is you must grab the bull by the horns and do everything by way of preparation that's in your power to do, to go out and slay the dragons out there. Let's not be Don Quixotes going out stupidly without any armor, without any skills, any practical skills, and is going out to slay the dragon with his faithful companion Pancho Sanchez, I believe, who's nothing but comic relief. And these two clowns are riding out on the quest to turn the bad into good. Well, you see, that bad, the only problem with this fantasy is that bad may not be bad. That bad and good are on a continuum, where one can turn into the other, and it's all predicated on interpretation and genetic endowment. What's bad to me as a short, small troll, a Quasimodo man, everything's bad to me because I have no power, because I have no presence, because I have no personality and appearance. So everything's bad to me. To the TDH, it's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. Good example. The challenge. He's 6'3", full head of hair. Everything comes easy to him because of his appearance and personality, which he didn't have to work for. That's just genetic. And what's a piece of cake to him? It's a piece of cake. To me, is bad. To me, is a Mount Everest. To me, is the biggest challenge in the world. To him, just like drinking water, man. It's a piece of cake. Come on. You can do it. Think positive, short, small man. You can do it. Just tell a better story. That's all. It shouldn't be any problem. What the hell? What are you complaining? There shouldn't be any problem. Piece of cake. Watch me. You see what I'm driving at here? Then let the discussion begin.